Hey guys, it's Sierra here, and I'm back with another live stream. And today, oh my gosh, I had to do this because obviously he still is begging for forgiveness, despite that he's literally been exposed for being a pedophile. And honestly, he cannot catch everyone's break. If you don't know, for context, I already did a live stream on Jaylen, so if you want more context, I would highly recommend you go watch my previous live stream where I exposed him, including some of the evidence from various people of how much of a freaking pedophile he really is. But anyways, just a warning, this one pretty much will contain some sensitive topics, so if any of you are sensitive to all of this, then please do not watch this live stream or this video in general if you are sensitive to that. And also, just a disclaimer, do not attack everyone mentioned in this video, as this is not meant for harassment or sending some people to attack these people mentioned on this video, as this can make this situation worse. Well, from what I heard, he literally came back. He literally just came back after just a while later, and he basically deleted it, I think, what is it, I believe, this last year or maybe a while ago, but I cannot recall. But basically, from what I heard, he basically deleted it to avoid all the backlash he received after many people such as me and Mary, Sean, and many others discover the dark side of him being a freaking pedophile. And after many people found out, especially with much evidence against him, he literally got all the backlash he received. And this led to him deciding to close his account for a long while to avoid the backlash. However, now recently, from someone on, I believe, on my Discord, he literally came back as seen here. And he still has never, ever, ever learned his own fucking lesson. And I'm not really kidding. As seen in the post, he literally won't quit harassing and stalking people like Sean, Zoe, Jermaine, Nathan, and especially Mary as well. He still keeps on constantly harassing these people when they still don't want nothing to do with him, proving that he is still he's doing it as a form of harassment or stalking. Despite literally, they really knew that he was caught, that he was a pedophile, and they don't want nothing to do with his freaking ass. Well, Marcus, if you want context, I did make a video where I expose him with all the evidence. So, if you want all the context, go watch that video. And that will give you to understand on this whole situation. Here's this. You can see here, he's saying that he admits to ruin everything. He should have not trusted France and, blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. That is the bullshit apology. Because that's more like him just literally guilt tripping because he's just, honestly, he's literally guilt tripping all because he got caught. Like, seriously, dude. Stop harass. You know Mary still doesn't want nothing to do with you. And we don't care what you're gonna say. Yes, it is true that Jaylen did all of this. I first heard of that from Shine when he literally got exposed for being a pedophile. But anyways, dude, leave Mary the fuck alone and keep her name out of your fucking mouth. Besides, you know she's not wanting nothing to do with you anymore. Like, leave her the fuck alone, or otherwise you're gonna get fucking roasted. And if not, even more cooked. But also, if you guys want to give all of that a read, you can pause this video. But honestly, some of it is just, it's most likely him just freaking guilt tripping, and just playing the victim and the sympathy card. Just because he's been caught for being a pedophile. And here's the thing. Here's also the thing here. He even also tries to force people to forgive him. You know, being like, weh, give me another chance, weh. Dude, we ain't forgiving your ass because of what you have done. Even though you come back, you are still being a pedophile for life. As what someone like, for example, Gabriel had said. Once you're a pedophile, you're always a pedophile. And I mean you're a fucking pedophile for life. And no one doesn't deserve to trust a pedophile like you. And I don't care what you think. And also, go the fuck ahead. Go make a post complaining on what I said to you, because none of us ain't forgiving you. I don't fucking care anymore. Because you are a freaking pedophile, because all of these evidence are true, and you're just freaking denying it because what we're saying is in the right here about you. But anyways, I'm sorry about that rant there, but God. He never takes any sort of accountability whatsoever. Anyways, with that said, whenever people ain't forgiving him, he will always try to force people and, act like a huge crybaby over just because they won't forgive him. For example, like whenever a user by the name of Miss Chicken Nuggets told him doesn't want to forgive his ass, you know what he did? All of this, as seen here. He's saying, please. And Miss Chicken Nuggets is like, no, I ain't forgiving you. I don't care what you say. I'm not gonna forgive you. That's what you want. And he's saying, please. Almost like he still doesn't learn. And this proves that he is still acting like a huge man-child. A freaking man. He's acting like a man-child. Like, seriously, you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure how old he is, but literally 20. I think he's 20 years old from what I've seen. Seriously, dude, you are fucking 20 years old. Stop acting like a crybaby just because they ain't forgiving you. Like, that's not how a freaking 20-year-old person acts. Or, I don't know. how old he is. That's more like him acting like a huge baby all of a sudden. That's where Miss Chicken Nugget's saying, no, stop begging for forgiveness. And he's like, sorry, not until I get forgiven. Well, guess what, Jaylen? If you keep on with this, you are literally about to get exposed. Because none of these people, like Mary, Sean, and others, are not gonna have nothing to do with you. They don't want nothing to do with you anymore because of how much of a fucking creep you are. So, dude, if I was you, stop crying over people not wanting to forgive you and grow the fuck up already. Like, drop it. And move on. Another one by the name of Mr. Drew, for example, even was part of this situation where he says this: I heard a lot about you, and honestly, I'm not forgiving you because what you did was unforgivable. And he's saying, look, I get that, but I deserve another chance, honestly. There's a possibility that I can be someone better. Honestly, dude, that's called guilt tripping. You are just freaking guilt tripping here. And honestly, with you acting like this, that just proves you ain't gonna deserve any sort of chance whatsoever. Like, that just... Stop being... Honestly, if I was honestly, he's just nothing but a freaking manipulative person. And he's saying, I guess I do, because I've understood all the allegations I'm under. I want to be redeemed, I want another chance. Jaylen, that's fucking bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. You don't deserve to be redeemed. You are a fucking pedophile for life. And pedophiles like you don't deserve another chance. And besides, as someone would say, once a pedophile, always a pedophile. And that means you are a fucking pedophile for life. Like, if I was you, you need to shut your freaking mouth and move the fuck on and drop it. And also, I would recommend you leave these victims the fuck alone, because otherwise you're gonna get one day yourself roasted and even more cooked. Mr. Drew would then say, no, you don't. You really think I'm gonna forgive you after all of the unforgivable things you did? The answer is no. However, Jaylen still refuses to give up, and still is acting like a huge crybaby, and throwing basically being a 5-year-old, saying, at least I knew exactly what I did, and plus, everyone deserves another chance. Since I wasn't even gonna repeat the same mistakes twice. Once again, Jaylen, you do not deserve, a few people deserve their own second chances, but you, Jaylen, you do not deserve it. Because you are a fucking pedophile. You literally been exposed for being a fucking pedophile for the shit you have did. Like, you literally became a creep to some sort of minor. And you even cheat on her with Mary. Which proves even more that you are a fucking pedophile. So do us a favor and please shut the fuck up. I know, this guy is like Gary the Master of Hacker 2K10 and Jcracker. Holy yap, this guy, Jaden, just shut the F up. Oh, that is just disgrace. Yeah, I know, right? I can see why you'd be in the same way as me. This is just really fucking frustrating. And this is just freaking out of... Makes me want to... Felt like I would have... Jesus. Like, I'm sorry. Just holy crap. Mr. Drew... Anyways, back to what he... In this conversation. Mr. Drew then says, I don't believe you. However, Jaylen still refuses and acts like a freaking a man-child. He's saying, why? Do you really think I'm gonna repeat it? Why would I? So I can go back in the hate loop? I will stay on this platform till I get what I want. So that's... I knew what is gonna be caught in 4K on him. He sounded like when he means until I get what I want. It literally sounded like he's acting like a brat. This just literally proves he's acting like an immature brat. So this is just a huge problem on him. Like, not just him being a freaking pedophile all of a sudden, but also it's just proven that he's acting like a brat. Much in the same way as Bagan. Even though Bagan is not any better compared to Jaylen. I know, right? Mr. Drew is like, until you get what you want? What? Jaylen then still is in denial by saying, what I want is another shot at getting redeemed. Jaylen, stop acting like a brat all of a sudden. What you did is a serious crime. And honestly, and like I said, pedophiles like your ass is not gonna deserve it to be redeemed. Fuck that. And fuck you. That's Jaylen, okay? In the, we were just scrolling through with some of the hate messages about it. Mr. Drew says, sorry, but do you really think you deserve a second chance? Think again. Jaylen still is too delusional, saying, of course I do. It's absolutely worth getting, even if it will take days, weeks, or months or years. Jaylen, you have no fucking idea how any of this shit works. That still remains permanent because of what you did is a pedophile past. And besides, anything of what you have done will not be fucking erased. And honestly, you are a definition of not just a fucking pedophile, but a socio. I don't know if it's counted as that, since I'm not, like, this sort of an expert on it, but you are also a definition of a sociopath. Bro thinks that his words will get him saved. You have minus 666 IQ. Go get a brain cell, Jaylen. I know, right? And I agree with you too about that. This guy is not even slick at all. And Mr. Drew's like, yeah, no. And Jaylen's like, I'm being serious about this. While Drew says, I don't believe you. Dude, nobody cares if you're serious about this. Especially from a fucking pedophile like you. Saying, well, who did you believe? Then there's no one else here except for the both of us. Mr. Drew is like, I don't believe you're gonna be a better person. Although Jaylen says, well, I believe in myself that I can do it because I will never give up on earning forgiveness. And Mr. Drew does have a fucking point here. You realize that not everyone is not everyone is gonna forgive you. Well, that point exactly, and agreed with you. Like, seriously. He needs to realize that with him being a fucking pedophile, not everyone is gonna forgive his ass. But no, Jaylen is just only caring that is on his own damn game. And being like, denying the fact that he did all of this. That's, Mrs. Chicken Nuggets pops in, and she says, he's not forgiving you. Drop it. You're 18. You should know not to do that with Yuki. Which is the minor that I already mentioned earlier in the beginning of the live stream. Like, seriously, dude. You're 18 for almost nearly 20 for fuck's sake. And you're acting like a freaking crybaby because they ain't forgiving you. And especially all because Mary, Sean, and many others don't want nothing to do with you because of your crimes. Like, dude, get off your high horse. Like, get off your high horse and grow the fuck up. And go get a damn life outside of the internet. Remember, I was chill the whole time. I didn't swear or yell at him, and he still acts like a child. I know, right? Of course, I am 16, and I am much more mature than that dumb J-Donk. I know. Anyways, back into... Oh, sorry, I apologize if it looked like I'm reading a book. But yeah, you can see from all this behavioral pattern where Jaylen still is just acting like an immature baby and just tries to force everyone to forgive him, despite he's been gotten exposed for being a pedophile, which I already mentioned in my first live stream where I exposed his dark side with all the evidence from various people that they had against him. Basically in this situation. Anyways, Jaylen is like, well, how was I supposed to know Yuki was too young when she doesn't tell me a damn thing, huh? Miss Chicken Nuggets would then say, you should have asked. You're a fucking liar. Exactly, Miss Chicken Nuggets. I mean, he is a fucking liar. So that proves right there, he's trying to put blame, it sounded like he's trying to put blame onto others like Yuki and the other victims, but himself. Which is fucking bullshit. And he's just using all of this as an excuse and get away from his fucking argument, thinking that to get away with it. When in some cases, with all the evidence against him, he sure ain't gonna get away with it. That's where Jaylen then ends with this. Or she could have said that I'm too young to date people. Says the Jaylen, says the one who cheated Mary for Yuki. Despite that Yuki is a fucking minor. Like, honestly, he needs to shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's for these examples on how this freaking man-child he's literally never gonna learn how to change. And all he mainly did is just throwing a huge fit, all because nobody ain't forgiving him after he's been literally exposed for being a pedophile. Like, dude. Honestly, if I was you, dude, and if I saw across many people still defending him, they need to go fuck themselves, if I'm being honest. Because they need to fucking know very well that he cannot be trusted given all the evidence of how much of a fucking pedophile he really is. And yes, I did warn Mary that Jaylen is stalking her and Sean. Like, seriously, dude, just leave these people you mentioned the fuck alone. They don't want nothing to do with you. They don't want nothing to do with you because of how much of a freaking pedophile you are. And I don't care if he's gonna close his fucking account again to avoid all this backlash. Besides, everyone knows he knows very... I don't know what else I could say on him anymore. Especially with all of it, he still is just keeping on harassing these people. And especially those who don't want nothing to do with him anymore. Yeah. To be honest, he can close his account for all I care. Yeah, I agree. He, like an idiot, expected them to do so. And his White Knights even defended him. Like, genuinely, what the F? I know, right? This is just... I don't know what to say. He's saying reason to give up. I think this one is yet another proof that he's just literally guilt tripping and pretty much trying to play the sympathy card for mere attention seeking. And saying that he has I think playing this playlist saying he has a sign of depression is just more proof he's merely just him being just simply guilt tripping. So far within Jaylen, he's just literally playing the victim card and literally guilt tripping just to gain his fans, just to gain everyone back. And if any of you, such as Sean, Zoe, and others seen this, and somehow are watching this, just to let you guys know, he's literally trying to harass and stalk you. Despite some of y'all have nothing to do with him. I hate when people do that. They get called out for shit, and then they play the victim. Yeah. And Jaylen, if I was you, go get some fucking help. And if I'm being honest, actually, how about you close your fucking account for all I care because of the shit you have done? You fucking pedophile. Or otherwise, if you don't leave these people the fuck alone, like, including Sean and Mary, you're gonna get your ass beat. You're gonna get your ass some karma for that one day. And I mean it. You're gonna get yourself in a lot of karma one day. If you don't leave these people alone when they don't want nothing to do with you anymore. So, for all I care on you, you should have stayed out of the internet for all I can care. Because no one like you is not gonna trust a pedophile like you. And even though you keep coming back, there is no way you'll still get away with this now. And you are not going to run. And if you ain't gonna, and again, karma will come back at you if you ever don't leave these people alone. So, yeah. Let's be honest, him having a community tab, or a post section as it's now called, is concerning. Yeah, he is concerning. Anyways, that's all for right now on Jaylen. I don't know if there's any more proof on it. I may do a part 3 on it, but I just don't want to do anything on Jaylen because obviously, from what I know, yeah, I try my best to keep all of this drama free as possible, but if there's something serious like on Jaylen and all of that, that will be part of that. But anyways, see you guys later on the next one.